Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's tutorial is going to be crazy because when I tested VACE Wan 2.1 Fusion, the results were shocking. The quality and level of detail are like never before. So when you compare the results with other online image to video tools, it's clear that VACE Wan 2.1 delivers far superior output. And the best part, we can control the motion using ControlNet. To download the workflow, you need to visit AIstudynow.com and download it from there. Make sure to subscribe to our blog so you will receive the latest updates, news, research papers and tutorials. Once downloaded, load the workflow into ComfyUI. In my previous video, I used two models to generate both text to video and image to video results. So here, if you are generating a video without a reference video, only motion, use the text to video model. And if you are generating a video using a reference image, use the image to video model. The new thing you need to add is node Wan video Wan's model. Select it and connect the node to your Wan video model loader. For this, you need to download the model files which are available on Hugging Face. Look for Wan 2.1 T2V 14V Fusion, FP8 or FP16 depending on your system's RAM. Download it and save it into your ComfyUI's models diffusion folder. So let's talk about the workflow, how it works. So there are two main nodes. One is for loading the video, where the frame load is set to 125 frames, which equals a 5-second video. You can increase this number if you want a longer video. The other node is for loading the reference image. Both of these are connected to the resize image v2 node. So here you can specify the resolution in which you want to generate the video. For example, I set my resolution to 1024 by 576. My original video didn't match the exact resolution. So I used the keep proportion option and selected stretch in the preview. So this allowed me to perfectly capture the movement of the dance. Next, I send the output to both the Canny and Depose nodes. These two control nets help achieve better motion capture, but they do require more VRAM. However, if needed, you can disable one of them and still get good results. To control how many control nets you are using, select CNT1 if you want to use only one. Select CNT2 and enable the second control net if you want to use both. So if you don't want to use a reference image, simply disable bypass and choose the appropriate T2V model. Now, it will only capture the motion from the input video and generate a result with similar motion. But the visuals will be AI generated based on your prompt. Meaning, the output will be more randomized in appearance. Now let's talk about some errors I have seen and how to fix them. So I have received a lot of comments asking about this. So here is how to tackle them. So I have received a lot of comments asking about this. So here is how to tackle them. First, make sure you have Sage Attention installed correctly. If it's not installed, try using SDPA instead. Next, if the error still occurs, go to the Video Torch compile settings and disable them. Also, clean the temporary folder. This can often resolve unexpected issues. The third point is you can do is bypass Wan video block swap if available in your setup. And most importantly, make sure you are using the correct model for your task, whether it's T2V, text to video, or I2V, image to video. By following these steps, you should be able to resolve most errors and get the workflow running smoothly. So let's talk about example. I have added an image and uploaded a reference video of a woman dancing. For motion, I used two nodes. One is depose and the other is canny. For the image, I uploaded a picture of a woman in a garden, and for the prompt, I simply used woman dancing because I didn't want to change the background from the reference image. That's why I kept the prompt simple. And boom, the result. You'll see that the motion and the reference image have the same background. Combining motion and image transforms your reference image into a video. You will see everything exactly as it appears in my original reference image. After combining both elements, the result is a 100% match with the motion from our reference video. You can clearly see the result. Look, the motion is perfectly followed even if the uploaded video isn't the exact right size. You won't see any glitches or blurriness while the hands are moving. There is proper frame consistency. So what if we want to change the background and place our reference character in a new scene? In this case, I uploaded a model image set against a white background. Now, I need to write the prompt in more detail, giving the AI enough information about the new environment or setting I want. But I also make sure not to over-describe the character, since the model already knows what they look like. So now let's generate the video. Finally, look at the result. The character remains the same, but the background has changed based on the new prompt. So let's say for another example, I used the same warrior image that I used in my previous video. Now I have added it here and uploaded a video of women holding swords and moving them, capturing the motion of both the person and the sword. I kept the prompt not too detailed, so it doesn't remove any important details from the reference image. Boom! You saw the result. The warrior is now moving, performing actions very similar to the ones in the reference video. And if you don't want to use a reference image, simply change the model to one that doesn't require it, like a standard text to video model. And then disable the reference image in the workflow before running it. The AI will then generate a new video based only on the motion from your input video and the text prompt, resulting in a completely new visual style. I hope this information helps you a lot. Now go ahead and use this workflow to generate whatever you like. And lastly, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Bye for now. See you in the next video.